Hello, everyone. I am checking in. So today is Saturday, November the 7th. And today we got news from the news source that the country has elected Joe Biden as president, and then with his running mate, Kamala Harris, as his vice president. Um, I am just so elated. And I kept thinking, I was like, I want to do a video. This is when I voted. I voted a couple of weeks back. And I wanted to share why I voted the way that I did for this election, and just why I vote, period. And I just want to, preface this by saying I am a Black woman that lives in the state of Georgia. And I am a single mom, and I'm just a proud Black woman today. Let me start by saying voting is a privilege. It's a privilege. Voting, it's something that wasn't given to us, and I think that's why a lot of people take it for granted now, because I was like, oh, I have the right to vote when I turn 18. As a woman of color, when we arrived on slave ships in the 1500s and 1600s, we were treated like property. And so there wasn't any vote. You don't even have a voice. Your voice is on these fields to do my industrial work. And then we had the civil rights movement, where we fought for civil rights, fought for the right to vote. We are citizens. We are citizens of this United States, and we did not have voting rights. And then as a woman, we didn't have voting rights when white men had voting rights. So it's a lot of emotion involving voting for me. I am a person that actually has views and on both sides of the ticket. So I have conservative views, and I also have liberal views at the end of the day. So it's a kind of a hard decision, because you want to vote for policy, but you also you have to like the person that is in the office. And with the last 4 years of our 45th president being in office, I felt like I was not appreciated as an American. And my thing is that, America was founded. It was really a white man's world, white dominance, white male power, all of that. And America grew. So their ancestors, white ancestors, did not see America for what it could potentially be in 2020. They were thinking about America as it was then. And so when they wrote the Declaration of Independence, the Star Spangled Banner, the Pledge of Allegiance, it wasn't like they were thinking, oh, Blacks are going to be citizens of this United States later, so let's do stuff for them. No, it was everything was written for the white man. So now when you have a country that brought Africans over to America to think only in that time, saying, hey, these are going to be the laborers and we're going to profit from it. They wasn't thinking that one day there will be a president that will sign off on the Emancipation Proclamation, and we will be free. And so we won't be considered as slaves, but then we're not considered citizens either. And so America evolved, and America is evolving into this big, gigantic melting pot where everyone wants to come here for opportunity. And so now we have people that's really, 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 really Republican that cannot see beyond the 1700s. And that's what war we are in now, is that they couldn't find a way to get rid of us. So that's where systemic racism comes into where, okay, we can't get them out of the country, but we can suppress them and be still the dominant race. And so now I'm like, well, y'all, like, once slavery ended, y'all should have got up all your money to get all the black folks out of America and bring those same slave ships that you brought us here. Go get those slave ships and take us back, because that's the only way that we're getting out of these United States. And so now you have America, where now everybody here can be a citizen of the United States, and a lot of people can't accept that. And a lot of people can't accept that we are now a blended country, and their whole constitution and everything has to be amended, have to give rights to people and everything, and they just can't see for what it is. And so now you come to a place where, oh, we can vote and we have a voice, and our voice was heard this election, and it was very historic election for everyone. And the Republicans showed up, and the Democrats showed up, the liberals showed up. I was like, look, let me just vote liberal, because I don't know, because I don't want to vote against what I believe in the policy. But then you have a president now who don't think about me, and I'm an American. And you talk about America, but you talk about a certain America. You don't talk about the entire America. And that's what we're trying to fight for. We're trying to fight for equal opportunity, equal everything, and just get an opportunity to thrive in America and not be suppressed, not our voices to be suppressed, and none of that. So voting is a privilege, and those who did not get the opportunity to, or who don't have an opportunity to, there's a lot of illegal people here that are really counting on us and our voices to be heard. And so we are a representation of them too, because they said, I want an equal opportunity to be or to flee a country where they're killing left and right, or all of that. And so this was a moment to where I think a lot of people were proud to be an American. I was just so proud of America for coming through, and I'm just also proud of the fact that I'm a Black woman. And the last 12-13 years, there have been a place where I can look up to. We had the first lady, Michelle Obama, our former first lady, who was the first Black first lady in the White House. Then as a Georgian, we had two races 2 years ago. One was for mayor, and one was for governor, mayor of Atlanta and governor of Georgia. And two women of color ran, and one woman of color was elected into office, and one wasn't elected into office. And the one that wasn't elected into office, she is the epitome of God will turn everything around for your good. And she did not stop. Her losing did not stop her from doing what she believed since the beginning, what her race was about. she still was out there getting people to vote and fighting for voter suppression, along with the many other things that she was trying to do as governor. But she wasn't elected governor. But because of her life, and God still used her for a purpose such as a 2020 election, where those voters came up and showed out and drove a man of hatred out of the White House. And, you know, I'm just so proud. And just not that, now we have President-elect Biden, and then his running mate, which is an African-American woman. The first woman of color, the first woman, and then a woman of color to be in the White House as the vice president. Like, it's so amazing. And if you don't feel that sense of pride or sense of as a Black woman and as a woman, like, if you don't feel that, it's in the air. And it was a lot of going back and reflecting on who the Black woman was. Before we were brought here, we were queens of, you know, we were princesses and queens of royalty, and we were brought here as property only to be treated as property, to be humiliated, to be raped by slave owner sons from our husbands. We were treated as property. Our bodies were giving birth to mixed babies left and right. And to now, you know, we up until now, you know, we as a Black woman, we are degraded. We have been degraded. We have been raped by our own kind. We have been not acknowledged in our homes, not had a voice. And to have so many women of color to make paths for us, it's a great honor to be a Black woman, and where we came from and where we are today. And so I thank those who Michelle Obama staying by Barack Obama's side, for Mayor Bottoms to say that I can do this, for Stacey Abrams to not let her voice be suppressed, for Kamala for being graced with the opportunity, for so many women of color that was elected officials in their states. It's an honor to be a woman of color, and I am just proud today to say that. And we have come a long way as a race, and as a gender of a specific race. We have always been at the bottom. It was the white man, and then it was the white woman, and then it was the Black man, and then it was the Black woman. And I am just so happy today that we are breaking barriers, shattering glass ceilings, and being who we were called to be. And we're going to be queens and royalty over here in the United States. And so that was just my sentiment. Voting is a privilege, and it's just a privilege and an honor to be a Black woman today. And I'm just so thankful that, you know, our voices are heard. We turned the state blue for the first time, I think, since they said we voted for Bill Clinton, like almost 30 years ago. And so it's just a proud moment. I'm glad that I'm living in this moment. I'm glad that I have lived in so many firsts. And my daughter is living through it. She won't know. I will tell her. But it's I'm just so grateful to be a Black woman. And I know, like, if I can just hear our ancestors just saying, yes, we only dreamed about this. We only dreamed for these moments, and y'all are living in it. Don't take advantage of these moments. Thanks for watching.